The sport of football is not new to the tale of miracles and comebacks laced with dramatic stories weave through the very fabric of the sport. Sometimes a player goes down the ladder of life playing professional football one day to receiving a life-threatening injury or illness the next. Today we present to you 5 players who not only turned their entire lives around by overcoming potentially career-ending illnesses, but also returned to the playing field to show their resilience and determination in the sport. Number 5, Christian Eriksen. One doesn't have to jog their memory too much to remember the image of Danish star Christian Eriksen falling limp on the field while the whole world watched in disbelief. The ex-Inter Milan player fell to the pitch due to a cardiac arrest as the stadium full of Danish and Finnish fans watched in silence as the horror of the moment gripped them. After receiving a swift and timely response from his teammates and first responders of the medical staff, Eriksen was stretchered off the pitch and his condition was fortunately announced as stable. Later in the season, Eriksen and Inter announced that his contract had been terminated through mutual consent as the Serie A did not allow Eriksen to play with a pacemaker. Thankfully for Christian Eriksen, he joined Brentford FC in the Premier League through the January transfer window in 2022 and looks to continue from where he left off in the Premier League. Number 4, Eric Abidal. The tale of the French left-back Eric Abidal may not be a common one to hear nowadays, but the player, who won 2 Champions League trophies with Barcelona, was unfortunately diagnosed with a tumour in his liver on the 15th of March 2011. There was no dwelling on the news for Abidal, who underwent a surgery 2 days later. Abidal played in the Champions League final for the entire 90 minutes as Barcelona beat United 3-1. Following the final whistle, Carles Puyol famously handed Abidal the captain's armband and let him lift the trophy for the Catalonians before cheering fans at the Wembley Stadium in London. However, almost a year later, it was discovered that Abidal needed a liver transplant to continue due to problems that weren't resolved from the previous operation. Abidal heroically said about his shirt number 22, "The number on the left of the shirt is the number of times I have fought cancer, and the number on the right is the number of times I've won." A true survivor indeed. Number 3, Jonas Gutierrez. 19th of May 2013, while Newcastle faced Arsenal, Jonas Gutierrez was part of a collision that left him with some pain in the testicular area. Gutierrez decided to partake in an ultrasound that revealed a tumour. He decided to undergo surgery to have his left testicle removed in October 2013. He made his return to Newcastle a month later, but was loaned out to Norwich due to him being surplus to the squad. Gutierrez still had swelling in his lymph nodes and liver pain and had to undergo chemotherapy. After being discharged from the hospital, he returned to Newcastle in 2015. A player fresh out of chemotherapy and past his prime, Gutierrez is famously remembered by the Toon fans for his heroics. In the final game of the 2015 season, Gutierrez set up the first goal and scored the second to ensure Newcastle United remained in the Premier League for another year as they beat West Ham 2-0, bringing his fairy tale comeback story to an end. Number 2, Kanu. Kanu, regarded as one of the greatest African players of his generation, was born with a congenital heart defect, a condition that was discovered in 1996 when he was at Inter Milan. Discovered during a medical examination, the defect impeded the aortic valve from functioning properly. While it was discovered and treated within the same year, many doctors believed that this would lead to the end of Kanu's career. Kanu departed Inter Milan having played only 12 games. However, his move to Arsenal in 1999 saw him record the most goals he scored for a club in the Premier League. Once Kanu departed Arsenal as one of the greater players of the club, he set up the Kanu Heart Foundation to help bring down homelessness and has also set up 5 hospitals across Africa to treat kids with heart diseases and help them with surgery. An example of learning from his own experiences and giving back to the world. Number 1, Alvarez. The Atletico Bilbao centre-back had the misfortune of being diagnosed with cancer at the age of 21 back in 2016, but returned to play less than a year later. A quick recovery and cause for celebration was sadly very short-lived as Alvarez underwent a relapse of the same a few months later, for which he had to undergo chemotherapy. Upon returning to the club's training ground, the Basque-born Spaniard found the entire team had shaved their heads to show support for what he had gone through. What's even more remarkable to notice is the fact that he made his first senior team appearance exactly a year later, on the 4th of February 2018, a day that's coincidentally regarded as World Cancer Day. In July 2019, he signed a 7-year contract for Bilbao that runs until 2026 and continues to put up solid performances for them. Alvarez was most recently involved in Bilbao's 1-0 victory against Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey quarter-final, as he won hearts and showed the spirit of a true survivor. So that was the list of players who made a fighting comeback from life-threatening illnesses. Let us know if we missed someone out. Do give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to Sportskeeda for more such content from the wonderful world of football.